Hello. How are you?
So I'm good, thank you. You?
I'm okay. I'm okay. How is Vemoye?
Yes, Vemoye. It's doing
Yes.
well. We're currently in our like training season, as it were,
Okay.
because the summer holidays.
Okay.
Teachers are off, or kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So we use that as an opportunity.
Yeah, I think I saw this on your LinkedIn profile.
Yes.
You with a little boy. Is that your son?
Boy, no. Like I'm trying to think of a little boy that I have a picture.
Was that you or someone else?
No. Oh,
Yes,
that's my
that's
WhatsApp.
it.
My WhatsApp.
Yes. What's up?
No,
Yes.
that's my friend's son. That's my friend's son.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fantastic.
Mm.
So what have you been doing since we last talked?
Yeah, well, I think a lot has happened actually since we last spoke in terms of Banye. I don't know if I mentioned the last time that we have like essentially we're putting together organizations, which I'm sure I mentioned that bit, but
Yes.
the number of organizations based on the students that they work with has surpassed the 10,000 mark. So it's really exciting to have like essentially access to that number of children in terms of influencing their leaders,
Education,
also influencing them, which is very exciting. So that's one major thing. Of course, I mentioned it's training season. So we are currently putting together quite a robust series of like training programs and things like that for teachers, and going through planning, going through the conceptualization of learning. Today's session was really interesting. It was about basically contextualization of the learning process and realizing that like a lot of the learning happens from a Western perspective in terms of if we give them an example of something, it tends to be a Western thing and they can't really relate to that. And so we wonder why sometimes the student doesn't get something when a lot of the time learning tends to be contextualized. Like that's what I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I saw my mom do that or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And like I don't have a clue. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, when I was young, see, all the examples used to teach me were local.
Oh, fantastic!
I mean, so I'm wondering if we have somehow made a mistake of using examples out of the environment. You know, see,
that's true.
Concepts are maybe universal, but the examples you need to give in every region must be local.
Right, exactly.
You know? Yeah, it's the same concept, but you give examples with something that the student can easily identify.
Exactly. That's what makes it stick, right? And actually your question was brought up. One of the other educators asked that. They said, what's happened? Why is it that like when I was much younger, it seemed like we used local examples? What's essentially changed? And the trainer essentially theorized, and he was like, by as like globalization has happened, we've very much taken on like the Western perspective in the sense that we've seen them as like the goal, and so by doing that
for me I say that's lazy. It's lazy. I mean, it's much better to use a local example. Maybe it's just because they don't want to rewrite
they'd have to rewrite it. Exactly. It takes a lot of work. Exactly.
Yeah, the textbooks.
Does. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, I hear a lot about changing Africa's educational system. Okay. Well, what I would say is this: by now, we should not be having textbooks, exactly the same textbooks from the West brought into Africa and be used exactly that way.
As is, yeah.
There should be an Kenya edition, Nigeria edition, or West Africa edition, East Africa edition, so that the examples in the book should be tailored to the region.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's see, I say that's just laziness. Okay. And it's not anything about the West or whatever. It's about us not being prepared to do what it takes to do. Anyway,
Absolutely. I mean, that's what he was essentially saying. He wasn't actually blaming the West. I think the idea was that the reality is we've seen the West as a goal. And so by default, everything they did, we just copied and pasted rather than, no, actually, how do we make this our own? So, yeah.
Well, so my audience, well, I guess my audience need to remember who I've been talking to for the last 5 minutes. So please, Korede, please introduce yourself again.
No problem. My name is Korede, and I'm the founder of the Vemoye Foundation. It's an organization that is reaching out to other educational organizations because our goal is to build Africa's future workforce. And we're doing that by linking up with other educational organizations because we believe education is the conduit in which we can raise the next generation effectively.
Correct.